We left last night and came back today. I was hoping this was going to be gone.
That was Saturday, as an ice jam on the Chagrin River led to flooding fears.
3 days later, the jam and the threat are still there.
Bags are packed, ready to go. You know, we'll wake the kids up if we have to.
The snow, the rain, and temperature swings giving people who live in Willoughby Hills whiplash as the ice on the Chagrin River threatens to break free.
Chief Meteorologist Mark Johnson will have the latest on the flood advisory. That is still ahead, young man. But we start with Catherine Ross, following through with neighbors in the flood zone tonight.
Yeah, guys, I mean, it's a pretty big mess out here on Milan Drive. And for the second time in just a couple of days, that ice jam let up just enough to flood this low-lying neighborhood. This is along the riverfront here. This kind of horseshoe bend has been inundated with water. You can see those ice chunks pushed into people's yards, blocking driveways. Just a big mess. And neighbors say they know that this is a possibility, just living this close to a river. And right now they're bracing for what could come next. A normally peaceful retreat for neighbors.
This is all easily accessed riverfront. Beautiful riverfront in the summertime.
Is cause for concern this week.
Right here at the corner is the beginning of the ice jam.
Nick Fall shows us a new water feature, boulder-sized ice sheets and a brand new branch of the Chagrin River slicing through his side yard.
The water will come all the way up the yard when we get a really heavy rain. That's not an issue. When it carves new paths is an issue. I mean, I feel bad for my neighbors because right now we're still safe.
A few houses away, Dan Gottner is pushing the icy debris out of his daughter's garage.
Water was up Saturday morning, and then it receded. Everything was frozen. But then she texted me this morning, or last night, said it was flooding again. So that's why I stopped out today.
Our team was on Milan Drive Saturday after an ice jam broke loose the first time. It was a similar situation Tuesday, with the icy river overflowing its banks onto the road and into yards.
We're a little worried about the rain, about the melting, and how fast this is going to break up.
It's a worry echoed by first responders.
Our concern is that, tomorrow night we're looking at maybe a half an inch of rain.
The fire department is monitoring the Chagrin River this week. They estimate more than a mile stretch is clogged with ice. And the chief tells us first responders will tell neighbors if they should evacuate. But for now, it's a waiting game.
Unfortunately, the safest way is that, you kind of have to roll with the ice jam and kind of get out of its way, let it do its thing, and then go back to clean up and move them back.
Neighbors tell us it's a messy situation.
It's just clean up from here on out.
And one they're navigating day by day.
I'm not worried about the house getting completely destroyed. I just don't want it to get stuck to where we can't get the kids out.
Yeah, these big ice chunks, that's what they're seeing out here in Willoughby Hills. And the fire chief tells us he's been checking in with other communities along the riverfront to see what they're seeing. He also tells us this is a notoriously spotty self-service area. And for the coming days, they're having Lake County EMA come in with some technology to boost those cell signals just to make sure that everyone can communicate efficiently and effectively over the next few days. But for now, we're live in Willoughby Hills. Catherine Ross, News 5.
All right, Catherine, thank you so much. The work has just begun. It's not just the Chagrin River either, where ice is jamming Air Tracker 5, also flying over the Rocky River earlier today.
Yeah, I mean, it is just quite a sight there. You can see those massive chunks of ice and debris. They are really piling up here as well. So, Mark, when could the flood threat then pass?
Well, you've got to warm things up, and you've got to melt the ice before this goes away. Right now, we're going to be cold for the next couple of days. We are below freezing. Now, that does help a little bit. It slows the runoff into the rivers. So that is good news. Then we're going to warm you up a little bit on Thursday. And more good news here, the freezing rain and rain that's coming our way for tomorrow night and Thursday looks to be minimal, in and out very, very quick.